Okay. Hello, this is Admiral Gus on YouTube or ADMG Admiral Ghost on Xbox. Well, I'm back for more. Yes, I'm playing Destiny 1. I shot myself in the foot a couple times in the first video, but I'm here to correct such things in the second. See, I'm 400. I'm level 40, late level 400. I have a pretty decent character build. But see, you could do that in Destiny 1. You can build your own character how you like. They were actual builds. Now, a lot of people disregarded this in the beginning of Destiny 1 because it was not. It was basically useless until they made it useful in the game. Gave you armor and they gave you stuff. There were stats. There were random rolls, stuff to look for, and they didn't make leveling up one piece of gear a hassle. Yeah, they ended up now putting in, let's see, what do I have to use for infusion? Legendary marks. Wow. Legendary marks were easy to get. You got 15 apiece every time you did Crucible. So hitting the only ever problem was hitting that 200 mark. So if you played extensively and you leveled up gear extensively, and plus the gear that dropped always dropped at higher light level. At really higher light level, not here. It didn't drop one piece at one light level above the other. It's that bull crap. It's not like that in Destiny 1, and that's the things that they're missing. They're missing these things, these essential things, because leveling up in Destiny 2 is a chore. I know I'm repeating myself, but in a better fashion. But it's just a chore now. Instead of leveling up, and you look at the difference between
When you've been out of the sea so long, you start to talk to yourself.
the disciple, Brother Vance. Such a difference. He doesn't seem like this fanatic. This is the original character that we actually liked, because he seemed like somebody special, somebody important, somebody interesting. We wanted to learn more about him. Instead, what we got in whatever the Fail of Osiris, I don't remember the name of it, that DLC or that cash grab. He had importance. Varix the Loyal, actually interesting. I'm like, I understand that in face value these characters don't seem very interesting, but when you go deep into the lore, into the old grimoire cards that they used to have, that they ended up, so that they can fix the lore and they can manipulate however they want, they ended up scrapping all the grimoire cards from the website. And instead they were like, oh, we're gonna put it in the game. Instead they should have kept the first grimoire and just made a second grimoire for Destiny 2. But no, they wanted to scrap and they wanted to retcon. They wanted to do all this stupid stuff instead. And they ended up ruining a lot of the experiences. I don't understand that Bungie has the epitome in this game of shooting itself in the foot. And then it smiles and says everything is okay, even when it's not. Why do I need an enhancement core to level up? To level my gear? Isn't it already bad enough? You're taking legendary shards from me. People think that those things aren't hard to come by, but I leveled up. Yeah, they're not hard to come by when you're max level. Yeah, of course not, because you don't need to use them. But when you're not max level, you're constantly leveling up, and it's only by 1 or 2 light levels, which is ridiculous. I can't, for some reason, I can't get off of only having literally 100 legendary legendary shards. I can't get out of this rut of having only 100 legendary shards. And I'm not stating, let me restate that. I'm not stating that I only have 100 legendary shards. I'm stating is that that's where it stays at after I'm finished leveling everything up. That I need to level up so I can rise that next light level. And the momentary, and instead of increasing the light level every powerful gear drops, you know what they did? Instead, they increased your, they increased the chore. They gave you more chores to do. It's like when you're in your house and your mom tells you to do the kitchen, do the bathroom, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Oh well, yeah, go ahead and go do the living room." You're like, "What?" But that's more. Well, yeah, but you know, you still get $5 more, right? You know, for allowance. Yeah, but it's not worth it. Living room is probably worth like 10. No, it's 5. It's like if a family member doesn't want to do some work, he'll pay you for it, right? Of course, he'll pay you. He'll be ripping you off. Pay you like $5 to $2. Tell you with a smile, well, you don't really do much, you know. Do sit down and play games. You don't do much work. You sit down, you edit videos, you try and learn other stuff. Oh, you don't do much. Why are you tired? But I digress. I'm moving into a tangent. But yes, it's really bad where Destiny 2 is heading. Now, so much people are really happy because they released the Axe Forge. I don't remember what it's called, to be honest. Black Armor. Okay, they released Black Armor, and then the next is the Drifter's Wild, if I'm correct. That's what it's called. I'm happy about this content. I'm not. It's not that it's bad. It's neither good. It's not bad. But no one is addressing the momentary problems. Everyone it's like they put a pile of shit in your mouth and you kind of just smile instead of going no. Instead of raising your hands and covering your mouth, just sit there and accept it. That's really bad. I mean, like, really bad.
Welcome to the reef.
I noticed it from the beginning that I wasn't gonna like enhancement cores. They were good for tearing up your, or for they were, they should have stayed for upgrading your weapons. And I don't mean upgrading as I mean like masterworking your weapons. That's what they were there for, and that's what they should have stayed there for. Not to become a larger chore. See, it was already the chore to masterwork your weapons with these enhancement cores that rarely came by. Even when they gave us more resources to obtain them, they're still not very much. You don't get 10 apiece. You don't get like 5 apiece, but your armor pieces will surely take 2 to 3 a pop, though, right? Mm-hmm. But we don't get an influx of them. So it's like, you know how they told us? They were like, well, we put that there so you can think about what you want to upgrade. Yeah, well, yeah, that's good and all, but that only works after you hit endgame.
The right weapon.
But see, that would be a problem if it was just an endgame mechanic. You can't reach endgame if it's a chore to reach it, right? It takes you thousands of years to reach endgame. It's the point of it.
You are not a reef native.
I'll put the endgame in the beginning. Keep the endgame at the end. But Destiny 2, but they just fanboys eat it up. It's like Fallout 76. I was talking to a friend. I joined this party. I was like, no, I'm kind of surprised you're still playing Fallout 76. I didn't want to exactly tell him, ruin his day there. I kind of went around the subject, and he was like, well, yeah, it's a Bethesda game. Fucking love Bethesda. I shut up after that, and I was like, okay. I left the party. I was like, oh, well, to myself at least, another shill. Another brainless monkey. Ready to go on the tricycle, right? Come on, give me that power. I'll give you another banana. Yet the banana's rotten, but the monkey still eats it with a smile on his face. Ugh. It's like where games going? So much people are like happy about these things, and I just look at them. I'm like, I feel bad that I bought Destiny 2. Honestly, it just gets worse every year. I'm kind of scared for Destiny 3 now. They're like, oh, it's gonna be more hardcore. I'm like, oh god, your version of being more hardcore is being more of a chore. No, stop it. I want to enjoy the game, not feel like I'm doing chores at home, or feel like I'm working at school or something, or I'm doing homework. I don't want to feel like that. I want to feel like I'm enjoying an experience, an enrichment of story. And fire your story writer and come up with better things, and stop retconning everything so that it can fit into whatever these damn fools come up with. If they cannot come up with anything from the constraints of the lore, then they are bad story writers. The lore is already established. The universe is established. You just not come and retcon it or say it's folklore. I know it's from someone else's perspective, but they were there at that time. And the lore is there for a reason. That's why I said the Vault of Glass, Crota's End, even the Leviathan, Taken King, these were good things. They had every single one of those raids had story to them, except the Leviathan, not really very much, but it did have a little bit. That's about it. But the Vault of Glass was about Kabar's team, Kabir. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but it was about his team and going to the Vault of Glass and figuring out its secrets. And well, they ended up losing their whole team and dying. And well, you entered the Vault of Glass right after them, or I don't remember if it's weird, really. But I'm not here to explain to you the story of the Vault of Glass. I'm here to tell you and ranting about why is Bungie going the road they're going? What are they doing? Why aren't they opening their eyes? Why aren't they seeing that they're doing things wrong? But of course they wouldn't, because people keep on playing the game. People make these videos saying it's great and all. Then they don't notice the little 2 to 3 or 10 people that keep on leaving every day. Of course not. Those are two minimalistic numbers, right? Those minimalistic numbers add up, now I'm telling you now. Destiny, if it keeps on going the way it's going, it's going to be the killer of nothing. It's going to be the killer of itself. Now, I say this because it's on tandem, or verbatim. It will die if it keeps going the route it's choosing. You see this? This is an expansive map with all the storylines. You can just go back, pick a story you want to go back to, and replay it if you like. Not tons of replayability in this game, but there's replayability at least. Not that I have to wait every week, wait once a week, or wait a month or 3 to get a heroic story that I want, so I can get a couple secrets that I missed from it. You know? Or I maybe missed something from that mission. Oh, let me go do it again. I'm gonna have to wait 2 more weeks for it to come back, right? Turn into a heroic, huh? God. It's really bad. And people aren't seeing it. People aren't seeing it. It's getting horrible. I'm stopping I stopped playing Destiny 2. I can't deal with it anymore. I put 2 to 3 weeks, freaking 10 to 15 hours in the game, and no results at all. It's maybe because I don't have friends on the game anymore. Because as I stated in the last video, all 50 of my clan members and most of my friends had left and stopped playing the game.
Your call, Guardian.
They had left and stopped playing the game. Ugh. God. It's really, really bad. It's mind-numbing, really. I can't wait for them to realize that they're messing up their own game. How do you mess up your own IP? All you have to do, if you're really clueless about what to do, ask your player base. Even though that's bad, but just put out a survey or something, you know, asking certain questions. It's the only thing you can do, like, at least to figure out what you're doing wrong, right? Like, release a survey to everyone who owns Destiny, or who has ever owned Destiny. And if they see your email and they reply to the survey, maybe you can fix some stuff, and maybe majority will tell you one thing, or maybe you'll find what you need to fix in your game. Because if you don't see it, then other people will. And that's the problem of gaming companies. They're so scared to ask for a helping hand. And mind you, you're just asking for it for free. A survey is a way to ask for a helping hand for free from your fan base or your player base. But they don't do it. They refuse to. Instead, they keep on with this smile on their face while they're churning out garbage. It's like, are you kidding me? I'm disgusted with the game now. I can't help but be. I put a bunch of hours into Destiny 1. Well, shit, I have to show for it. I put a bunch of hours in Destiny 2. I'm like, oh, yay, I advanced 2 levels. Why? I just put nearly 10 to 15 hours in this damn game, and I've only have 2 levels to show for it. You'd put 10 to 15 hours in Destiny 1, you've cleared a couple of raids. Probably did an exotic quest already, too. I know those who've played World of Warcraft and will complain that, well, oh, it's not bad for us, we've played World of Warcraft before. Most of those guys are PC gamers, though. Well, there are some, I know they're console now, that played World of Warcraft as well. But it's like, but this is not World of Warcraft. Don't bring that up if this is not World of Warcraft, and it's not supposed to be. World of Warcraft seems to be that type of game that even if you did put even if you did put all those hours in World of Warcraft, you could show for everything. You had something to show with. Oh, but there's also another game that I could compare that's much better than Destiny 1 or 2. It's also an RPG of sorts. Have you ever heard of the game called Kingdom of Amalur? Oh, that's a phenomenal game. Why? But it died in its infancy because the company didn't have enough money to support it, and not enough people knew about it. But it was a great start, a great concept. So I'm going to tell you, in Kingdom of Amulet, what you did was you were able to play this fantastic RPG. Now the story was okay. It was not the best, but it was a good start. It was like, okay, this is their first game and their first time trying to make an RPG, but they're doing pretty well. Like, when you went for lore stuff, if you got all of that particular lore, you got a damage buff of some sort. You were rewarded for your effort, even trying to obtain story from the game. When you try and obtain story from Destiny 2, they give you a pat on the back and tell you, well, now you know this, right? And you didn't know before. Yeah, that's good and all, but how about a 5% XP boost or something, or 5% damage buff, something that will ultimately, not a title. Oh God, title. Those are good, but they're not really. Not at the end of things. They're just a title. That's what they are. Something, yeah, it can discern you from others, but it won't make you any stronger. That's for sure. It won't make you the best guardian there ever was. God. Well, I think I'm done my rant. I'm tired. I don't want to talk anymore. Just thinking about Destiny 2 makes my head hurt. From frustration. Okay, you guys have a good one. If you like or subscribe, you can like, if you like it, or you can subscribe. I don't, to be honest, I'm not big YouTube. I don't know if I ever will, but I'll tell you this. If you agree with me, give me a comment down below if I can do anything better. Okay. You guys have a good one. Peace.